Hi vegan friends and vegan aspiring friends, it's Beverly Buckley here with Vegan for Good, and I'm doing a quick little update for our little gonna be big world peace experiment. The thing that I've been thinking about today is a thing about food and specifically what it means to be vegan. So there are lots of different eating plans and diets and all sorts of things that are going around all over the place. People suggesting certain ways you should eat, like for example, flexitarian, living foods, raw vegan. There's many different things, but veganism for me is not so much really about food. Veganism is also more about a choice of lifestyle. You know, when I first became vegan, I thought it was all about food. I thought, it's about the way that you eat and, those kinds of things and non-cruelty to animals. But something that I've realized from becoming vegan is it's so much more than that. It's more about non-violence and not only non-violence towards animals, because I know that there's a lot of people that get very caught up in how much, for lack of a better word, debauchery is happening with animals and the way that they're treated for the food supply and for not only, for products and all sorts of things. There is so much stuff that's going on with them and with people as well. And the reflection that we have that's happening with the animals is really a reflection of how we treat ourselves in our consciousness. So something that I've learned quite a lot about is the whole thing where sometimes vegans, get a very passionate, very excitable, and kind of it feels almost like a projection towards people who are still choosing meat or who are still choosing animal products to kind of in a way lash out. And I'm responsible for this many times because you get emotional about it. You think to yourself, how can they not see this? How can they not see this? It's like right in front of you. And there's so many videos online now that are explaining all of this and showing like movies, like for example, Earthlings, which I haven't even watched the whole thing because I just can't. It's just crazy. But the thing is it's painful for those people already. They're already in a lot of pain. They're already hating themselves. So the food, you could say, kind of vibrationally matches that. Now, I know I'm going to get some people that are going to say, no, I'm perfectly happy with my meats eating. Okay, good. I'm glad that it doesn't affect you like that. That's a miracle. But there are those people, and I'm perhaps one of them, that are a bit more sensitive to energy or to food that can feel that and that it just doesn't work. So I would say that for me personally, food is very much linked to a very intimate experience. If you think about food, will be one of the most intimate relationships you have with anything from any kind of space. So what you put in your mouth literally becomes a part of your body. They say you are what you eat. So that being said, if you think about the relationship we have with food, veganism is not really about food. Veganism is a kind of way of thinking, a way of consciousness. And for me, veganism has been a path for my personal spiritual evolution, if you want to call it that, or spiritual conscious awareness that has it's inspired me. And it's given me, I don't really know if it's called an ability, but it's given me ways to connect deeper or connect more fully with my higher self. So on a more regular basis, on a more consistent basis. So even from a perspective of, there are people who are conscious while still eating meats or whatever, for me personally, it's been a much easier route to go. And another thing for me is, I'm choosing more love for myself. And more love for myself means more kindness towards myself. So why would I put food that's had a violent creation into my body? Because it's got the vibration of violence, which is quite interesting too. So for me, and something that I've recognized is veganism is not so much about food. It's more about choosing a more peaceful way of being. And that's why, obviously, I started this World Peace Experiment. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love you to share it if it feels right for you. And yeah, have a look at our Indiegogo campaign, Vegan for Good. I'm sure you could just find it on Indiegogo. I think I'll put the link down there because I don't know the link off by heart, and you can check it out for yourself. Awesome, and I'd love to have you join us. Cool, enjoy!